How's it going, everyone? This is Rene with Neptune Cigars. We're back in Las Vegas for PCA 2024, and I'm sitting here with none other than Mr. Pete Johnson of Tatuaje. Pete, dude, thank you so much for being here with us
you're
today.
welcome, man.
We're just getting started, day number 1. How do you feel?
Tired.
That's not good. It's
yeah, I stayed out late last night. For some reason, the film guys that we did the documentary with just kept on feeding me Negronis and way like one too many.
I think they knew what they were doing.
I looked around and no one was around me, so I was like, okay, I should go to bed.
Might be time.
Yeah.
Cool. So, obviously, the main question everyone wants to know right now, what's coming up for Tatuaje? You guys are always so prolific. What's up this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing a few things. We're repackaging the Kohonu 2012s into 21 count boxes, just to make it a little bit more uniform across the shelf, because all the other Kohonu 15s and 18s and 21s are in 21 counts.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, we're adding Corojo and also San Andreas in the mix. So there's 5 different wrappers for the Kohonu now on the 2012.
That's awesome.
And then we're doing a new atelier called Côte d'Or La Tâche. I have to look over to see what a circuit called Big Ten, limited editions.
All right.
They're not even available to order yet, but they're going to be allocated later on. A new circuit called Closing Time. Corojo wrapper, 100% family-grown tobacco. And then the big thing is the Monster Smash, which is a sampler set of a one size 5 1/4 by 52, but in all the Monster blends, 14 different cigars.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like a little booklet. So 7 and 7 closes real nice and tight, so you can actually ship it really easy. I started thinking of my retail background. I said, okay, these are small boxes. They'll be easy to ship.
You got to make it practical.
But yeah, that's the basic gist of what we have going on. I mean, we have a new book for Kohonu, which is coming along with the new packaging, limited edition, of course. And then, yeah, I mean, there's other things that we're not showing that are coming up.
Right.
But we don't want to bring everything to the show, because there are things that are landing probably closer to November that we're like, we don't need to show that.
Yeah.
Not yet. And of course the Monster in October, which is the Wolfman.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So yesterday we saw the hand-rolled video for this year, focused kind of on you and the brand.
Yeah, it's a little bit about the boom.
Yeah.
A little bit about me, and also a little bit about a dear friend of mine that's been a mentor of mine in the business, George Brightman, who has been the mentor of a lot of people in this industry. And if they don't know George Brightman, they have no idea what the industry is all about. So, yeah. So it's not really about. I don't like being on camera, as you know. But the reality is that, like, when they started talking about doing a documentary episode about Tatuaje, I'm like, okay, but we need to add all these other parts. So there's a lot of different moving parts, and so I got my start during the boom, the first boom in 1993. So it's really a big, broad story about all that.
Right. Yeah. And then as far as kind of, I think, piggybacking off of that, what can you tell us about La Union, which was
La Union, I mean, the collaboration between myself and the Garcias, it was a long process to do that project. The rollers had to be trained to roll that particular shape cigar.
Yeah.
Because the head is very different than a normal Bellicoso or Torpedo.
And it's like a 7-inch cigar too.
Yeah, 7 1/4 by 49 actually, and it's actually 7 1/4 by 50. A traditional 109 out of Cuba. It's a size that's very celebrated in Cuban cigars. So we decided if we're going to do like a special project, it needs to be really, really special.
No, for sure.
The first one already came out, sold out, I think, and then the second one is not coming out until next year. Okay. Even though the other one, they're already boxed, but they're saving them in Nicaragua until like January, February next year.
Is it a different iteration of it? Or
Sumatra and broadleaf.
Okay.
So this year was Habano and Corojo. Mine that I made for the family was Corojo, and theirs that they made for me was Habano.
That's what I was going to ask you next, because I have a lot of people at the stores that are asking, like, what's in them? You know, it's kind of, I'm not sure if it's an undisclosed blend, but
it's all, The Corojo one's all Nicaraguan, but the Habano one is actually Ecuador Habano
Okay.
with Nicaraguan fillers and binders. We don't go into full details of what's totally in them. There are some secrets we need to keep, but it's all, the fillers and binders are all family grown tobacco.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're full bodied, right?
Yeah, I would say, but they have a really good sweet character and finesse to them, so they're not overwhelming.
Right.
Plus, this 7+ inch cigar, you're gonna have a nice smoothness to it. Yeah, that's the key. Balance. You gotta have balance. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, Pete. Well, I guess to close up, next year we're going to be somewhere else. We're not going to
New Orleans.
Yeah, it's going to be over there on the closer to the East Coast.
Yeah, but at least during a better time of the year.
Yeah.
We used to go to New Orleans in August.
That's Swamp City, right?
Oh
there.
my God. We were there one year, 2 weeks before the massive hurricane that went through.
No way.
Yeah. So we're happy that it's a different time of the year. And it's, I mean, even Vegas during this time of the year is great. You can be outside.
For those that don't know, we usually come in July, and it's
you don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
Like now, it's beautiful outside.
Not ideal to be outside. Yeah, but no, it's a gorgeous day
Gorgeous,
outside now.
absolutely gorgeous.
So with that change in mind, also, just in general, just for fun, I'm going to be asking this around. If you could change anything in the industry, in the cigar industry, I mean,
what would it be?
What would it be?
Honestly, there's too many answers to that question. There's a lot that I think most importantly, I think that everybody needs to get together and support the fight against the anti-cigar people. Not the people that choose not to smoke, but the people that are trying to put us out of business.
Of course. Yeah.
So any legislation, like right now, there's a very small group of companies that are supporting these battles that we have with the government.
Yeah.
We need everybody to support it, and that's my biggest thing is like, I'll get on that soapbox for a moment. Like, that's the biggest thing I would change. Everybody should come in and put in a little bit to help, and there's not enough of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people come in the industry, they come here just to make money, and then they leave. I've lived this industry for 31 years. I love this industry, so like, it's important that this industry survives for a long time.
Yeah.
And we have kids and we have grandkids,
Generations,
and we want to make sure that people have a future. I mean, if you look around the trade show floor, you got great families like the Padron family. They have their next generation working full time.
Right, yeah.
The Garcias have their next generation working full time. So it's important that this industry stays along for a long time and not disappear into fairy dust.
I see the industry doing pretty well too. I mean,
yeah, but it's really about the battles that we have to deal with. I mean,
the stuff
ultimately,
that people don't know about. So, like casual smokers don't even know what we're fighting. But yeah,
ultimately, there's parts of the parts of the government that want to put us out of business, and we've been fighting really hard to make sure that it's unfair, and that's why we need everybody's support and not just a dozen companies. So, if you see, even the trade show here, there's more and more people that are supporting and sponsoring the trade show. That's great.
Yeah, that list grows every year.
And I know that not everybody can do it because it might be a small company, but I will say that based on my level of company, which is not huge, I outweigh in my kickback to the industry than what my company really is. So I just expect everybody to at least chip in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know not everybody can do a lot, but even get involved. Just get involved.
Sign a petition.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, it takes a village.
But and it's important for the consumers to know that if you see something come through your town or your city or your state that's against something that you really enjoy and love, get involved. At least sign a petition saying make sure you stop it, or contact your congressman or senator and say, hey, this is unfair.
Make your voice heard.
Yeah. I mean, this is a legal product, and they're trying to make it illegal. So, but meanwhile, they're trying to make everything else legal.
Yeah.
So, support the industry if you can.
Nice.
That's all I ask for.
That's a perfect answer. All right, guys. Well, you heard it here first. Make sure you stay tuned for the new monsters coming up this year, the updated Kohonu, and everything else from Tatuaje and Pete. Pete, once again, bro, thank you so much for your time. All right?
I'm dropping stuff. Thank you.
It's early. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.